Howdy, everybody. Welcome back.
Welcome back to the show. Yeah, we're going to be talking about something else that's some more cool stuff this week.
Yes, more cool stuff. But I do have to surprise Ben again. This is because, I color outside the lines a lot, Ben. So I was going through one of my books, and it was called The Swedish Royal Treasury. And I actually saw this exhibit back in Washington, D.C. when I was all of a lad of about 22 years old, maybe 23. And I saw this tankard in there, and it was carved out of ivory and gold. And I thought, this needs to be a Dungeons and Dragons treasure, or a Pathfinder treasure. It has to be something. So, being the energetic young person that I am, young at heart, I went ahead and painted it. So, here it is.
Whoa. Wow.
And we're gonna get a scan on that. This is a total surprise for Ben.
Yeah.
So, Ben, you're gonna have to write something, but don't get carried away. Okay?
You know what it reminds me of is the beginning of Black Sails.
Yes, it does. Yeah. Which, by the way, is a really cool show.
It's a really cool show. I told Brian, this was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Brian has all the Black Sails on DVD, and Brian was over at my house, or we were talking on the phone, and he was like, oh, it's like Black Sails, and I was like, I've never seen that, and he's like,
I'm coming right over.
What are you doing this afternoon?
I'm bringing a bunch of beer.
I'm in the first 2 seasons of Black Sails.
Yeah, don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But I thought this could be something cool.
Yeah.
Is that anything you drink out of it is like ambrosia type thing.
Oh,
right?
cool.
You could literally scoop raw sewage out of the Thames River or whatever, and it's Scottish ale or something like that.
I like it.
So, and you could never be poisoned when you're drinking out of that. It would negate all poison, and maybe it fills up by itself X number of times a day. And I don't know. You can come up with more magic powers too.
Yeah.
But I thought, wouldn't it be cool to take actual real items that exist in museums and make some treasures out of them?
Totally.
And so that was kind of my idea.
All right, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, hi everybody.
Yeah, we are here talking about the second part of the magic mug, the one
Yes,
that you sprung on me at the.
I did. I spring stuff on Ben all the time because it's just so much fun. So yeah, Ben, I saw this magic. I got this idea. I saw this in the catalog of the Swedish Royal Treasury, and I just went, man, this has to be a magic item.
Yeah.
So I had to paint it.
Yes.
So here's the painting.
Yeah.
To show it to everybody.
It looks awesome. And this was the one that you sprung, you had it already completed.
Yes.
And so you were like, hey, do an episode on this thing. And I did. We came up with some cool stuff for it.
Yeah. What'd you come up with, Ben?
So I'm calling it the Magic Mug of King Olaf the Lucky.
Oh, love it.
So we had to keep the Swedish vibe going.
Excellent.
And, so yeah,
give him a nice proper Scandinavian name.
Exactly. So it's kind of what we were talking about before, where it cleanses poison, right? Anything. So maybe he was a little bit paranoid, but he mostly just was a party animal. He's from a Swedish style kingdom. Think of Frozen, the Disney Frozen, and that style kingdom. And he so he was this very kind guy who always had these huge parties at his house. He was kind of part Peter the Great, part Charles the 12th.
Even though they fought each other.
Yeah, it was just kind of that time period, that look. Swedish, but partied like
Peter.
If he had been the king of Sweden, then the Sweden and Russia would have gotten along a lot better.
Yeah, there would have been that war.
Mm-hmm. They would have just got drunk, punched each other in the face, and then hugged it out
over several adult beverages.
Yes.
Yeah,
but because he's the king, you had to be a little bit careful. So anything you poured in there would cleanse the poison from it, and if you are poisoned, it will clear your poison.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a neat power.
I had the idea briefly where it could have been a King Midas's curse kind of thing, where so the other thing the mug does is it fills up with beer 3 times a day.
Oh, that's great.
It's an actual item in Pathfinder called the ever-filling mug that does that. It's just a mug that fills with ale 3 times a day. So it does that. It also cleanses poison, but I liked I briefly considered the idea of, so what if it fills with booze 3 times a day, but you have that King Midas's curse because it cures the poison, so all the beer just becomes non-alcoholic beer.
Oh, that's bad.
I
Ben.
pitched that. I texted that to Brian, and he was like, "No." He's never shut me down on any of my crazy ideas before, and this one you were like, "No." It doesn't do that.
Yeah. Don't get me started on a non-alcoholic beer rant, Ben, because we won't. It'll be. We won't be able to post it on this channel.
We'll be banned by you.
Yeah, we'll be banned by everybody.
So it fills with beer 3 times a day. It cleanses poison out of your system, cleanses poison out of anything that's put into the mug. And the other thing was I really liked all the cool designs on it. And there's the guy on top, and there's all the cool designs going down the side of it. And one thing I thought could be cool would be if this thing, you know, as you're talking, if you're telling a story, you're holding it, and especially the king is holding it, he's telling a story, and but the pieces, the figures on the top and on the sides move and act out the
cool.
scene. Yeah. So
I never thought of anything like that.
if you're telling a cool story about something that happened in the past, then even if you're lying, even if it's not a true story, you're just telling a tall tale, it'll show it like a movie, right? All the figures on the sides will start acting and like doing the parts for you, and you could tell a story about, oh, this was the time we defeated this troll, and it'll show the video of it or the pictures of it, and then the guy on top it changes depending on who owns the cup. So the guy on top is whoever you are.
Oh, interesting.
So
I love that idea.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of a cool thing that we can do, and it was pretty fun actually because I got to go to the British Museum again. I was in London
And
on my honeymoon,
I'm jealous as heck, everybody.
and I saw a bunch of really cool cups that were very similar style, right? Like probably from that time period. They had like the Rothschild collection, I think.
Oh my gosh.
And it was like just a million like crazy cups and glasses and things like that. There was one that was like a seashell kind of thing that was pretty neat. It had like a mermaid design going down. It was pretty cool.
I love that idea.
A lot of like gold and jeweled cups, and you know, so I kept looking at that and I was like, well, we could just change the channel to like magic cups.
Exactly.
YouTube.com/magic mugs. But I feel like I'll just show some of them on here and then we'll talk about this one.
Yeah.
I was also
I think ancient people like to drink a lot, Ben.
Yes, it seems that way. There was that thing, Brian was telling me one time he was watching some documentary and he said that the guys that drank beer in the old days lived a lot longer than the people that didn't. And it wasn't because booze was healthier for you, it was because you had to boil water in the process of fermenting the beer. So the people who were drinking the boiled water didn't get diseases and die.
See, beer is God's answer to disease. Cheers.
But I also got to go, as part of that same trip, I got to go to Munich for Oktoberfest.
Oh, yeah.
And so that was really awesome. It had all kinds of cool steins and mugs and things like that, too.
Yeah.
And Oktoberfest was pretty awesome. It's just like
I'm jealous
the
again.
biggest bar in the world, and there's nowhere to sit. But you're not allowed to stand. You're allowed to stand on the benches, but you're not allowed to stand on the tables there. That was the thing with that. Because some guy at our table stood on the table, and like 3 giant German guys were there in like 10 seconds. I don't know how they saw him or where they came from, but they were on
Well, he's
top
standing on a table, so he's taller than everybody.
But so you sprung that on me. So I'm gonna spring something on you.
Uh-oh. This is going to be fun.
Yeah. So
What's this? What
this is the thing I'm gonna spring on you.
Oh, wow. So we have an unboxing or an unwrapping. There's more.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, look at this.
So I got Brian a magic mug when I was in Germany.
Yes, I have a magic mug now. Thank you, Ben.
It's not quite as nice as that one, but...
Oh, this is fantastic. And it says Deutschland right on it, so we know it's German. Oh, this is fantastic. Thank you, Ben.
Yeah, cheers.
Oh, cheers. And I have to pour some beer in here. We'll save that for the next video.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
well,
right,
I'll drink out of this in the next video.
Awesome.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think we're good on the magic mug. It's gonna be it's a pretty short pretty short article, pretty short little PDF, but you'll be
Really
done
cool
with it.
piece of treasure. I think you guys are going to really have fun playing with it.
Yeah. So I guess mechanically, well, to wrap it up, mechanically, beer 3 times a day, cleanses poison from you and from anything that's put inside of it, and
Storytelling figurines.
the storytelling. Yeah. So the way that manifests is it gives you a +2 when you're using it to like diplomacy or bluff, depending on which one
Oh,
you're
excellent.
trying to.
Does it increase your charisma at all?
Yeah, that's it. So
Okay.
yeah, it'll increase your charisma for the purposes of getting people to like you or telling lies.
Because usually when you drink, you lower your charisma. But this one increases it.
I think mine improves.
Well, thanks a lot, you guys. Well, we're going to see you next time. Okay, bye-bye.